years.
Today we're going to be taking a look at part 2 of the 1935 Crosley 635 Buccaneer radio. In part 1 I gave you guys a first look at it. I took the chassis out, we got a first glimpse at it. Not a real in-depth anything. But in part 2 today we're going to get a much closer look at it. I'll show you really how rough it is, and we'll start some disassembly with it. We're not going to get too deeply into it because I'm going to try and keep these videos in this series halfway short. That being said, I do got to forewarn you, I've got a new microphone that I tried out on this, and there was some inadvertent microphone noise that I didn't know was in there, and I can't reshoot what I got, so I'm trying to see if I can figure out how to fix it going forward with these. It's a microphone that's on me so it stays continuous, but it has some sort of loud or bassy, bumpy type noises going on. I don't think it was hitting anything, but anyway, I don't know. I ordered something called Dead Cats to put on it, the little furry thingy boppers, and I don't know if that'll help it or not. It might just be it's not a very high quality microphone. I don't know. But we'll see if we can get it fixed. And like I said, I will do a demo next to myself that I can see if it's any better. If it's not, I won't use it again. But anyhow, I'm trying to make things a little bit better for you guys, and so just bear with me on this particular video, and just know those muted, bumpy, bassy type things are going on in the background occasionally. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a closer look at this Crosley 635. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can start breaking this old Crosley down here a bit. As you can see, pretty cruddy, pretty rusty and crusty. I took the liberty of cutting the power cord off, and I marked and cut my speaker wires because those will probably be replaced. I don't know that for sure yet, but it wouldn't hurt them to be replaced for sure, so we'll see. Now, I haven't really sprayed anything down or anything other than I sprayed some penetrating oil in order to get the tube shields loose from the bases. We'll go ahead and I did test the tubes. I had one that tested bad that I ordered a new one for. I don't remember which one it was, but we'll start by taking the tubes out. This one actually has a loose tube base, and I'm going to order some stuff that I've seen Bob Anderson use to seal those up. That's an 80 tube there. And here we've got a 42 tube. I'll put that there. And you can really see the heavy. This is some heavy, heavy, heavy deep rust on this chassis. I'm going to wind up likely just stripping the rust and grinding it down and putting some primer on it and painting it because it's just way bad. Same with these heat shields. I think this is the one that, I guess I didn't break it. It looks like the screw's missing on the back side. A screw here and screw on the back side. As you guys can see, just how rusty and crusty these things are. That's a 76 tube. Those are going some evaporust. And let's see what we got here. This is 66 tube. Again, evaporust. And move over here. How crusty that stuff is. bad. Okay, another 66 tube. And get these tube shields open. There we go. Here. The 80 is a Raytheon, and the 42 is an original Crosley tube. So a lot of original tubes, I think, in this old 90-year-old radio. All right. So that leaves this one here. And a 6A7. There's the 6A7. That's also an original Crosley tube. Okay, that's the tubes out. And I'm going to have to get the gap rust out and get all these tube shields soaking in it. We're not going to worry about that right in the moment. Now we get a little bit better look at this thing. Let me zoom in a little bit. As you can see, it's pretty rough. This corner here is really deep. See there, as far as the rust is concerned. Yeah, I think it's going to have to be stripped. Now, I don't want to pull all the innards out of there or anything like that, but the actual chassis is going to have to get stripped. Here we can zoom in on the tuning condenser. I think the lighting kind of makes it look better than it actually is. Let me get you from a different angle. Here we are from a little close-up, better angle here. Get an idea how rusty and crusty this old girl is. All the way down into the socket shield pieces there. And the tuning condenser, pretty rusty and crusty as well. So, yeah, lots of work to do on this one. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is these two side panels come off. So let me put you back on the thing and we will get those off. Looks like somebody scribed into these the 450 kilocycle onto the IFs. Get you back on tripod. Okay. So, see if we can get these screws out. There's that one. That should be that one. Loose. Comes loose now. Yeah, there we go. So that'll open things up a little bit. Down inside there. Get the outside loose. See what we got here. Yeah, that's gonna help, I think, a lot, having that stuff out of there. So now let's see about getting the tuning condenser off here. So take the pilot lights. The bracket should just slide off of here. Well, if they weren't 90 years old and crusty, they might slide right off. That one was missing the bulb. Boy, that wire's stiff too. Okay, this one. All right, so now I think what I want to do before I get too carried away is go ahead and do a few checks on this thing, make sure I don't have an open transformer or anything like that, because that would be no bueno if that's the case. So let me get the schematic out and we'll figure out exactly what we got. Got some evaporust here. I just let these soak for about 24 hours and they should come out pretty nice. Nice thing about evaporust is it doesn't have a smell and it's reusable. So it's not like once you've poured it and used it, you can't continue to use it. Might get kind of dirty looking, but it doesn't hurt it any. So just push this aside and make where I can't kick it. And let that go. Okay, so we're going to check some of these transformer ohmages and see, make sure we don't have any open circuit in the transformer. Probably the easiest one to check is going to be 6.5 volt indicator light. So should be able to just go across these two terminals and get continuity on them. And we've got 1.6 ohms. So that tells me that that portion of the winding is good. Now the rest of the circuits we should be able to do right here at the 80 tube socket. So let me change my lead here real quick to some probes and should be able to check the heater circuit. See what we get here on the heater circuit. And we got 1.3 ohms there, so that's good. So the heater circuit's intact. And we should be able to go across the plates right here for the high voltage. And we got 818 ohms. And then we should be able to get half of those if we go over to, let's see, looks like the electrolytic. Let's see if we can flip this over enough for me to get a lead on there. Okay, so I flipped it over and I connected my negative lead to the negative lead of the electrolytic capacitor. So now we should be able to come in on 82 on the plate side and test that. And we got 410 ohms on that side. And we got 399 on that side. So I think we're like 814. So that's almost half. And so that tells me the transformer is good, at least on the secondary side. Now I got to check it on the primary side, which if the switch is any good, we should be able to check it right at the cord. But the switch may not be any good. So let me grab the cord here and open it up a little bit. And if the switch is any good, we should be able to check it here. But I just, on looks at this radio, I have my doubts that the switch is any good. So let's just see. Cut that back a little bit. All right. Well, that's some corroded wire, that's for sure. See if I can even get a reading on that wire. It's so corroded. Let's go like that. All right. Now, I'll get my other alligator clip blade here and see if we get anything. Guess I need to take the other one off of the other deal. All right, let's see if we get anything here. This will tell us if the primary is good. Nothing. So that tells me the switch is likely not good at the moment. Let's see if we turn it around here, work it. Well, there we go. And the switch is flaky with a lot of resistance in it, but I think it's telling us that our primary is fine. We're down to well, it's good. We just have to spray it with some yeah. Okay, so our primary is good. So that's good. That's just telling us what we just checked tells us our whole transformer is fine. Let me take you over to the schematic and show you what we were just checking. Okay, so here's what we were just checking. Excuse my big fat pointer here, but here's the plug. Here's the main transformer. Here's the light bulb circuit. And we checked that first, and that checked good. Here's the 80 tube, rectifier tube, and the heater circuit. And we checked those through those two plate terminal to the two heater plate terminals. That one that tested good. Here is the secondary, and it tested fine through the plate terminals of that 80 tube. And here's the center tap that went over to the electrolytic. And that's how we got the most negative portion of the radio right here. And that tested good too. And then here's our primary off the plug. There's the switch. So as you can see, as long as the switch is good, we getting continuity through there, we're fine. This switch is flaky and needs to be cleaned, but so it tells us the main power transformer is fine. So that's a very big plus. Okay, so right now I'm in the process of checking the field coil and the voice coil on the speaker. And I've got it connected to the field coil right now, primary, and we got 1.7 ohms. That's it. There are two leads coming out of it right here. Pretty rough because they're corroded on the outside, but so it's going to fluctuate if I move it a little bit, but pretty much there. Now the other side of it should be in this harness right here, and I'm pretty sure it's the black and red the way I've got them marked here. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, 1094 ohms. And then the voice coil should be this one and this one. Hopefully I'm on the screen for you guys. $535 ohms. So that makes me feel good. Voice coil and field coil are both fine. Let me show you what we were just checking. All right, so looking at the print here, this is the coils we were just checking. So the first one that I had on there was, I think, 1.7 to 2, somewhere in there ohms. This is this coil right here, the field coil. Those were the two wires that were at the back side of that small transformer. This is the bigger winding here, which was supposed to be black and yellow, but the way I had them marked, it was the black wire and the red wire. And that's the one that measured 1090. And then the other two wires were these two right here and this coil right here. And that one, I don't remember what the measurement was on it, but that was the one we checked. Now this one, we checked through all that. We were getting the coil here as well as this coil. So it tells me that all that's good. So that really only leaves the IF coils, and I'm not going to check them in this video. I want to get this chassis apart and start getting it cleaned up some. Then we'll check it in the next video. We'll start doing some capacitor replacements.